Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. Sunset shoot tonight. One possible problem though, the tide's in and I'm at the beach, so I'm not quite sure if I'm going to be able to get down to the beach or not. It looks like it's just been high tide, but we'll give it a go. Yeah, as you can see, there's not an awful lot of beach, so I'm not quite sure how I'm going to get round to the part that looks directly to the west so I can actually get the sunset, but we'll give it a go. Stay tuned after the sunset photographs because I do a little bit of street photography in the town of Mallaig, which is something I've never seen done before. Yeah, as I suspected, I've kind of ran out of beach. Right, I've found myself a path that leads to the westernmost part of the beach, but my problem is it looks like the sun is going to set behind that hill, so I don't think this beach is going to be suitable for sunset tonight. I think sunset's in about 50 minutes from now, and there is another beach about 5 minutes away, but the car park looked very busy when I passed earlier, so I'm not quite sure if I'm going to manage that one, but I'm going to head back to the car and go to the other car park, and hopefully there'll be some spaces. Fingers crossed. Right, well that was lucky. The car park's empty. Well, not, there's 4 cars when there was about 34 cars earlier. I've got about half an hour to sunset, so I'm going to have to get a move on, but the good news is at least we're going to have a sunset. Apologies that this is the same location that I shot the last Morar sunset from, but needs must, so let's go. In case you don't recognise it, this is Mallaig Beach, which is just about 5 minutes away from the Silver Sands of Morar beach, but it's a lot more west facing, so better for sunset. We're just coming up to it now. I'll let you see this. I think it looks like the sun's going to set behind the Coolina rum, which will be nice, but I think I'm also going to use this stream here as a leading line to take you up to the sunset, because that looks absolutely stunning just now, doesn't it? Oops, it was last time I was here I used stunning all the time, I better stop that. But yeah, it's absolutely beautiful, isn't it? Look at that. Is that not absolutely beautiful? We have some crepuscular rays and this lovely little S-bend in the stream that's running down into the sea. So I'm going to frame up a kind of portrait orientation where I've got the crepuscular rays and just this little S-turn in the water, and I think I'll have to bracket a few exposures, but I'm going to grab that right now before I lose the light, because that is beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
The rays both above and below the clouds were really starting to grow in intensity and colour, and there was a beautiful, almost ethereal glow in the space between the Hills of Egg and Rum. Up until this point, I'd still been shooting with the 70 to 300mm lens because I was really closing in on some of the details in the clouds and on the horizon. But I really wanted to switch over to the 16 to 35. I did, however, have one problem. There was another rooster in the hen house, and we had another photographer who was unfortunately just that little bit too close to the edge of my frame.
Right, let me talk you through this composition. We've got this tiny little cascade of where the stream's pouring over that rock, and then obviously it's leading you out to the sunset and the sea. And I've set up with 16 to 35mm. I've got that as my foreground interest, and I've put the 10 stop filter on, and it's too dark. Typical. It's too dark, that one, but I'm shooting at ISO 50 at the moment, so I might be able to increase that to about 100, maybe even 200, and that should make this work. But that's nice, that adds a lovely piece of foreground interest, and then the line of the stream just leading you down directly to the sunset and the gap between Egg and Rum. That looks beautiful. I hope this wee camera's picking it up. And just like that, the light is pretty much gone. That was lovely. I'm hoping that I got some nice images. I had to move very quickly, which is why I couldn't do an awful lot to camera. Got some beautiful colour on the clouds back there. But unless we get one last final burst of sunlight peeking through from behind the mountains, then I think we've probably missed the best of it, or had the best of it even. So that's us for another sunset at Camastara Creek. Hope you enjoyed. I hope some of those images worked out, because they look great in the back of the camera, but we'll find out soon enough, right? I'm staying overnight tonight in Mallaig, as I've got a couple of things to do tomorrow before heading back to Glasgow, so I may well manage another video or two tomorrow before I leave. But one last look at this. Not bad. So yours truly's going to head back to the hotel and try and grab a bite to eat. It's been a very long day. It's about 7:30 at night, and I think I've been up and working since 4 o'clock this morning, and I haven't eaten, so it's that time of day. I'm going to get back, drop the camera off in the room, and grab a bite to eat. So, still at Camastarach beach. I've just had a brainwave or a seizure or something. I think I'm going to come back tomorrow. It's just dawned on me, although I've shot... sorry, I'm getting a really steep incline. Yeah, I'm going to come back tomorrow because it's just dawned on me that although I've shot sunset from here quite a few times, I've never shot sunrise. Now obviously it's looking west, so I'm not going to get an awful lot of dramatic colour in the clouds, I don't think, unless it's clear off to the east and there are some clouds to the west, in which case we'll get those clouds lighting up, and we may even get some patches of light spilling onto egg and rum. So I think I might come back in the morning, see if we can get a sunrise. It's worth a try, isn't it? So yeah, after I finished the video, I thought I'll do something I've never ever seen done before. Street photography in Mallaig. Look at this. So yeah, I'm on the hunt for food, but I thought I'd take the camera with me, the one that I use for street photography, and see if we can grab a couple of shots while I'm out. So let's see what happens with this. So there you have it, a nice sunset and the bright lights of Mallaig. There's no other channel that will give you that sort of stuff. You're as well subscribing. See you in the next one. Cheers, bye.